It's a flat world out there, and you know what that means. Hello, everyone. serieswho here, and welcome to another statue building series. Remember the FNAF world? Yeah, I did that. It was very successful. There were times where it wasn't as successful as it was normally, but that's just based on what I create. So, by that logic, I tried making another world based on Pokemon, and that one didn't do as well. So, what do I counteract with that? Another one, and this one is a Sonic version of the FNAF world. And you might be saying, what are you doing? Just go on the FNAF world, build more FNAF characters. I don't know what to create. Though we have Secret of the Mimic coming out, and also some characters I have left, like side characters like JJ, Shadow Bonnie. They're like mystery characters. Shadow Freddy. But then you got like what the FNAF old enemies like Mecrab and all that jazz. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that type of FNAF world. I'm not doing that type of FNAF world. But if you want me to, I'll have to rename. I have to name a whole other world called FNAF World, or I make a whole different section of just the FNAF world game. Like, not creating the locations for it, but like just creating the characters in general. But it feels like I'm already been doing that because of how I build the characters. So I'm like, what's the point in doing that? Anyway, back to the whole Sonic world thingy. I'm gonna try and make the characters not as blocky as what I normally create them in. But that does lead to weird deformations. I can't English for the life of me because the autism is like no. So yeah. I'm gonna try and build Sonic out of the stuff needed. And no, I'm not doing Sonic EXE. Don't even think about it in the comments. Don't you even think about it. I will be doing almost every Sonic character, because there will be some that I won't know. Like from the IDW comics, there's like a few characters from there that I do not even have a slight clue who they are. But I do know, however, the characters from Sonic Sat AM, like Sally, Bunny, Antoine, and even Sonic Underground. I have a DVD of that somewhere, which means I can make Sonya and Manic. But yeah, for now, let's just create Sonic and Eggman, since they were the ones who started the whole franchise in the first place. So let's start off with Sonic and Eggman. I would say I would do Classic Sonic, maybe Classic Sonic first and Classic Eggman, which does mean I do not need the green for Sonic's eyes, because Classic Sonic only has black eyes. You see what I mean? And instead of the dark blue that we're used to, we'll do light blue for Classic Sonic, because Classic Sonic is a lighter shade of blue than modern Sonic. Almost a Dark Sonic, bro. That's another transformation from Sonic X. Alright, let's get this creation started, shall we? That looks like Sonic shoe, 100%. I would put music on, but copyright, so I can't. Alright, so I have to do a shoe here, and a sock. Bruh. Is this how we're gonna do his, like, whole leg? It's gonna be 1 by 3. Is that how we're doing this? I want to do at least a 2x3. That does mean I would have to do this. So then that way you have more depth into it. That does mean, though, if I'm making a scale like this, I think I can only make Sonic, and then that's it. By my logic. And since the shoes mean I can literally place the second foot anywhere, that's either next to it or whatever, that's gonna be fun to do. Because I gotta replicate this. I have to replicate this, guys. I have to replicate this by hand. Because Bedrock doesn't have access to the world edit thing. So I can't do that, go to a location, paste it, and then boom, I have another Sonic leg. I can't do that, unfortunately. Like, I don't really do big builds normally. I don't do big builds like this. This is like my first attempt. I'm trying to make a classic Sonic that's like not ready to scale, but like accurate as much as possible. Because I've been... You want to know what got me into this craze? Like building the Sonic characters? Yes, just build on the Hive server. But I was only able to make chibi Sonic. I wasn't able to like do this type of scaling. Because one, I don't think I even have room for it. And number two, I have a limited amount of time to do said build. So I was like, chibi, go. I guess I could start doing this and make him sort of roundish. Because he gets like big like that in some shape or form. That should be enough roundness for him. Yeah, that's enough roundness for him on that side. Actually, no, I think it's perfect regardless now. I just gave him a bit of a gut, that's all I had to do. Alright, I can start doing this. I know it's not going to look perfect, I know, but this is where his like neck and head gonna be. So let's start shaving this guy down to get the right Sonic shape. If I don't get it right, then this whole build crumbles, basically. This will be a one-edged sword. Or a double-edged sword, I'm sorry. You know what I mean though, right? If only I made him... Hold on. If I do it like this instead, make him hang like this, would that be better? And then just put this on top. Yeah, I would say that's better. I'll do the same thing on this end. And just put an extra thing there. And do this. And all I gotta do is just do that. Alright, I think he's coming together. Though he looks a little iffy. But I think I may have got it down. Alright, time for the head, and that's going to be the hardest part. Actually, no. I want to start the arms first. I want to do the arms. We'll do a 2x3 like his legs. Make him start going down now. Do the curve. Do that. So it's got a little bit of a claw. Let's have a little looky. Alright. The hands look almost identical. Okay. Right, and now I think it is time for the face. So I know that we're working with this sort of thingy. Okay. Okay, now I need to do this to make it have some dimension. And then you gotta have the little cheek areas, like so. And go forward like that. I think we have a mold here. Alright, I'll do the big white bit here, then I'll start making the thingy, like so. There you go. That's a good area. I think it stops here, so I gotta like... Bro, this looks like I'm making a Funko Pop version of Sonic, Jesus. Alright, can I just go all the way like this? So it's not as Funko looking? Yeah, I could. His eyes will be massive though. We'll do another layer, so it's not just... I guess that should be enough, and then I gotta work out his ear dimensions. I guess that's it, I guess. And then have that. No, that is horrible. That is a horrible version of what I was going for. And now I have to replicate this. There you go, that's Sonic's ears. We need to do the spikes, and I believe we are done. The spikes are the hardest part of this build. And you're probably wondering why. Right, so let me try and do this. Without trying to look like an idiot. So let's do that. And it's going to get shorter. And then shorter. And then shorter. And then shorter. And then this. Can I do that? So this is like a skeleton of the spine, which is weird. So if I just fill it in like so. Alright, I gotta make this not like what it looks like right now. And that would be difficult. Because I gotta curve it, so then that way it doesn't look like a straight fucking hairline. I think I got it basically on par here. And I think that looks a little too long, so if I just get rid of this little bit here, that should be fine. And then we need to do this, so then that way you don't look as iffy. I'm not sure what looks better, like that or this. I should stop really fucking around with the first spike. I'm just gonna say this is gonna be the first spike right here. What I gotta do is literally just infuse that. Like so, so it doesn't look like it's just there. Alright, so we need to put a spike like here, and a spike here, a spike in the middle. Sorry, middle. That's not even the middle either, is it? No. Spike in middle. And then 2 more spikes at the bottom here. How can I do this? And I just only put 1 down. Man, I love fucking Minecraft.